Right. Right. Yeah, it's tough.
Sorry.
Oh no. Good. Yeah, I had to crate mine. He was getting pretty excited. How are you, Kendall?
I'm good. What about you?
Good. Just hanging in there.
I was gonna
It-
say, yeah, it's not very fun, not gonna lie.
yeah, I mean, my girlfriend and I are pretty introverted people. So we usually stay in anyway. So it hasn't been a huge shift for us. And when I was working part time, I was working out of home for the majority of my time anyway. So it hasn't been that bad. I mean, we've been keeping busy. Uh, she's never seen Lost, so we've been binging Lost last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's
I
been good.
was gonna say, I'm kind of running down to shows to watch and movies to watch and everything, so I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
don't know. But
yeah. We have a Nintendo Switch, so we just got the online, whatever you want to call it. But so we've been playing some friends online in some games. But
my brother was thinking about getting one, but they raised the prices ever since
oh yeah, I
everyone
bet.
had to stay indoors. They raised the prices and stuff on it, so
Oh, I believe it.
yeah. I mean,
How are you, Cheyenne?
I'm pretty good.
How's your social isolation? Are you working?
Yeah, I work primarily during the weekend, so I work Friday to Monday.
Gotcha. So, Erica, are you still on the same schedule, or do you have more hours? Oh, I think she's gone. All right. Well, we'll wait a few more minutes. So what's I'll ask this while we're waiting just to see who else shows up. Um, what's everyone's favorite thing to do right now in their social isolation chamber?
honestly, I have basically just been playing a lot of 2K, so that
Nice,
is really all
nice.
I've been doing. I have a question real quick though.
Yeah.
So my one English professor uses this website. It's Bongo. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure that's what it's called, and it's like this, but I cannot join it for some reason.
Okay.
I sent her an email about
Yeah.
it,
I'd wait to hear
and
back
I
from
don't think she's
her.
joined it.
I'd wait to hear back from her because I'm not entirely sure. Um, I think we, I think we get it through D2L. I'm gonna
Okay,
Yeah. Let me look up D2L real quick because
but like it says you can use Google Chrome and like Microsoft Edge, but I do have Microsoft Edge,
is
and it's
she?
still like I get up to the thing and it like has a button that says start the online classroom or enter the classroom
Yeah.
or something.
Is it in? It's in
But
D2L though that you're using it.
yeah. Her class is
Okay.
in D2L. Yeah.
Okay. That's weird. I would say let's say wait to see what she thinks. I really don't know anything about it because I've been hesitant um, with all the changes in D2L. I honestly don't know how it works, and so I don't know if maybe it's just something on your computer settings.
I
Uh,
don't know. I have to look through it and everything because
yeah,
I mean it
she'd
already went
probably
through it, but
okay. She'd probably have to ask Brenda, who's our she's our LMS tech person. So
yeah. Okay.
Owen is in here twice. How are you, Owen? All right, I can't hear Owen. Does anyone else hear Owen?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right. It said you were talking, but I couldn't hear anything. Okay, so I'm good now.
Yeah.
All right, so um, there's a good bit of people here. I will. I'm not sure how long we really need. You have your speech due this week, so it's pretty self-explanatory. I know that a lot of you just wanted to check in for some normalcy, so that's fine. We only have 40 minutes, and they are going to hold us to that 40 minutes now. Last week I got lucky because I think they were trying to rope me into buying the $15 a month package. So they gave me extra time, but we do only have 40 minutes, and I'll get a timer when we get close. So does anybody have any questions about this week, or do you want me to go over anything for the next unit?
What exactly is the next speech we're going to do?
So it's gonna be a persuasive speech, and I'll pull it up here. I don't want to speak about it too much this week because I'd rather do it more next week.
Okay.
Just for the sake of following along here, but it's basically like a policy argument. Like you have to basically make an argument to a policymaker for something that you want changed, and just make a persuasive speech about it. So you'll do a few things with rhetoric and persuasion that we've already talked about this semester. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's as extensive as the one you're doing right now. The one you're doing right now requires a little bit more legwork from you because you have to go in and like look at individual social media sites, look at a lot of different posts and kind of analyze stuff on your own. This one, it's going to be more like, I think I said last week, if you're working, for instance, like maybe you want to instill a new policy at work based on these, the times that we're living in where, some of you are probably working a lot more hours and not really seeing any more money for it. I was telling Erica before some of you joined that there's a lot of students right now whose employers are not actually, like they don't actually care that students are still in online college classes, even if they're not going. So they're just scheduling them around the clock because they don't really care. Like they need people to work. And so that's something where someone could say, well, I want this policy to change and I'm going to make an argument for it. So it's going to be more up to you.
Okay. All right.
And then I provide, for instance, like there's some HCC policies that could be changed if you want to do that. Ooh, sorry about that, Erica. Okay. Anything else?
Mm.
Erica, we just so you're aware, Kendall asked about the next speech, which I'm going to go over next week in more detail. I was just giving him some heads up. It's just a persuasive speech about a policy change. All right. Anything else? Hey, Caleb, how's it going?
Kind of forgot about this, so I just hopped on.
Oh, no, you're good. Like I said, I really just am using this to check in. I'm leaving it up to you all if you want to come in or not. We don't have to take a whole lot of time. I just want to make sure. Got to minimize you all here. Yeah, so just remember that this week, your speech is due Friday. And then I also want you to post your PowerPoint too. I think there's a separate grade item on here, and I'll assign some kind of grade for it, but I really just need you to post that there in case I can't see your PowerPoint in the video. So I do want to ask, since we're all here, how's everybody going to share their PowerPoint? Do you have ideas for that, or are you just going to hold it on the screen?
I'm going to HDMI cord mine.
Okay.
Wow.
So HDMI
I'm going to
cord.
HDMI cord mine to my TV.
Okay, cool. Anybody else having issues with that?
I was gonna either use my laptop or try to hook it up to the TV. Either way that works best.
Okay,
Whatever I can figure out.
cool.
I'm probably just going to use my laptop too.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's fine. The only thing I really want to say about that is just two things. One, make sure you're not like, I had a student once that I mean I'm gonna have to use my phone, but I had a student once that basically just held their laptop in front of their face like this, so all you could see was a floating head above a laptop screen, and it was really, really, really alarming. Like, it was really difficult to watch. Make sure that you're kind of framed up so that you're in the shot, like you would be, you know, in a classroom, and try to have the laptop to the side a little bit, because I'm going to be evaluating your appearance and your movements and your gestures and stuff too. So just make sure that you're not holding the laptop up in front of you. And then someone asked me for my online class, so I do want to make the announcement here. Make sure that if you're recording, like if you have the PowerPoint on a screen somehow, make sure that you're the most prominent thing on the screen. A student was going to use some service where like it was just going to be the PowerPoint, and then their head was going to be really, really small up in the corner of the screen. And I don't want that. So that's the only real caveat I have to it, but I don't think anybody's going to have an issue. Erica said, how do I create the click effect to toggle to the next slide when I'm ready to? What do you mean? Like, how do you go to the next slide, or?
Well, you know how like with some of the speeches that we watched with where they had the PowerPoints in the back and they had the clicker in their hand where they could just go. Like, I know that's more so done on like a projector, but is there any way to do that? Like, I know Cheyenne mentioned the HDMI on the TV, which I like that idea and I think I might steal it. But in addition to, is there a way to set it? I know you can time it where like it automatically does however many seconds, but I don't know.
Right. I mean, unless you had a clicker for your computer, most students just hit the space bar on their computer. So like if the laptop's here, you know, when they need to go over, they just hit the space bar and it goes over. So I'm not going to be picky about, yeah, I'm not worried about it. As long as you have the visual aid and you're using it effectively, I'm not going to take points off or anything like that for how you need to change the slides or anything like that.
Okay, I just wanted to definitely ask that. PowerPoints are not my strong point.
Right.
So I just wanted to, like, you know, how I can to the next.
Gotcha. I did comment on everyone's.
I'm just talking and you can't even hear me.
Oh yeah, you stop.
Okay. I was just saying, I just wanted to get at least that much information because PowerPoints are not my strong suit.
Right.
So I wanted to know how to get from one slide to the next without the automatic timer and looking crazy trying to scroll and all that stuff in the middle of the two.
Gotcha. Yeah, if you just on your laptop open it up as a slideshow. So if you hit the slideshow button to start the show, and then the space bar will just automatically go to the next slide. So like if you could just stand here and when you're ready, just click that space bar and move on. So if you have it up on the TV, it should work the same way unless you have a clicker. I don't know.
Well, I was thinking about kind of what you said and what Cheyenne said. If I use the HDMI from my laptop, then the laptop will display to the TV, but I can use the space bar to move from one slide to the next.
Gotcha.
Sounds like that should work. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yep. Also, I did comment on everyone's PowerPoints. I didn't leave many comments. I just wanted to comment a few things about any design issues. So the only thing I'm really going to be looking over for PowerPoints in terms of grades is just things like visibility. So is the contrast okay? In other words, can I see it easily, or is it straining my eyes? Is the layout recognizable and understandable, and is it sort of cohesive throughout? I think more so in my other class, but I had one or two here where the layout from each slide was really different. So just remember your audience, right? So if you have multiple slides and they all have different layouts, that means every time that you go to a new slide, your audience has to readjust their focus. So that's time that they're spending focusing on your visual aid and not on your speech. And then the amount of text per slide too. I've been telling people try to make bullet points with like 2 or 3 words per bullet point, no more than 4 or 5 words. You don't need whole sentences or phrases in there. You really just want, at the end of the day, all you really want is just a few words here or there that are important words for the audience to keep in mind as you're delivering the speech. So I don't think Alhaji's here, and I don't want to pick on him, and I'm not picking on him because his PowerPoint was good. But he had, for instance, it's just the ones coming to mind. He had a phrase like, he's doing Will Smith, and it was like, Will Smith was born in Philadelphia in 1967 or something like that. And he could have just wrote Philadelphia 1967, right? Because I know he's talking about Will Smith, so I don't need the Will Smith part. And I don't really need the born part because he's going to say that in the speech. So as you go through your PowerPoints, just think about what's really the actual information that I need to underline. So if it's, the year of his birth, then 1967 or whatever it is. You don't need to say, in 1967, this person was born, blah, 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 blah. Just 1967, that's the year. So that's really all I'm going to look at is just those little design things, those little design features that we talked about in class. So. Anything else?
I had a quick question.
Yeah.
I know that on Friday we have to turn in the video for the speech and the PowerPoint additionally as a different submission.
Yeah.
Do you need to see the script for a speech at all, or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So some people might do that. I am not as concerned about it right now, only because we're moving public speaking from the English category to arts and humanities. So it's going to be less sort of writing intensive and more about sort of speech performance for me anyway. So I'm not too concerned about it. If you want to send me an outline, that's fine, but I'm not expecting anybody to write up the whole speech because some people might use like extemporaneous style or impromptu or notes or something like that. So.
Thank you.
Yep. Anybody else? Okay, let me ask this. Does anyone want me to post this video to D2L?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I got to format them. They'll probably be up later today or tomorrow, probably more tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just asking because I know some people are not comfortable with being recorded, but it's just us. So I just want to get it up there for anybody else that wasn't here in case they need it. So, all right. Anything else? Last call. Okay, well, I will see you next Wednesday at 2:30. In the meantime, if you have questions or you want to privately Zoom with me, let me know, and I will be here. But that's it for me. So enjoy the mandated stay-at-home order. What a weird time to be alive, but all right, I'll see y'all.
Thank you.